Act 1 of The New York Idea by Langdon Mitchell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Narrated by Margaret S. Bayat.
Philip Phillimore. Read by Mark Smith of Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Grace Phillimore. Read by Diana Moilinger.
Mrs. Phillimore. Read by Margaret S. Bayat.
Miss Henage. Read by Rashada.
Matthew Phillimore. Read by Roger Moline.
William Sudley. Read by Om123.
Vida Phillimore. Read by Elizabeth Klett.
Sir Wilfrid Cates Darby. Read by Chris Clark.
John Carslake. Read by M.B.
Mrs. Cynthia Carslake. Read by Ariel Lipshaw.
Brooks. Read by Chris Clark. Tim Fiddler. Read by Chris Clark.
Nogam by Miles Esbayat.
Thomas. Read by David Muncaster.
Benson. Read by Lucy Perry.
Scene: living room in the house of Philip Phillimore. 5 p.m. of an afternoon of May. The general air and appearance of the room is that of an old-fashioned, decorous, comfortable interior. There are no electric lights and no electric bells. 2 bell ropes as in old-fashioned houses. The room is in dark tones inclining to sombre and of old-fashioned elegance. Seated in the room are Miss Henage, Mrs. Phillimore, and Thomas. Miss Henage is a solidly built, narrow-minded woman in her 60s. She makes no effort to look younger than she is, and is expensively but quietly dressed with heavy elegance. She commands her household and her family connection, and on the strength of a large and steady income feels that her opinion has its value. Mrs. Phillimore is a semi-professional invalid, refined and unintelligent. Her movements are weak and fatigued. Her voice is habitually plaintive, and she is entirely a lady without a trace of being a woman of fashion. Thomas is an easy-mannered but respectful family servant, un-English both in style and appearance. He has no deportment worthy of being so called, and takes an evident interest in the affairs of the family he serves. Miss Henage is seated at the tea-table facing the footlights. Mrs. Phillimore is seated at the table on the right. Thomas stands nearby. Tea things on table, decanter of sherry and coaster, bread and butter on plate, vase with flowers, silver matchbox, large old-fashioned tea-urn, guard for flame. The Evening Post on tea-table. Miss Henage and Mrs. Phillimore both have cups of tea. Miss Henage sits up very straight and pours tea for Grace, who enters from door. She is a pretty and fashionably dressed girl of 20. She speaks superciliously, coolly, and not too fast. She sits on the sofa gracefully and without lounging. She wears a gown suitable for spring visiting, hat, parasol, and gloves. Grace, as she moves to the sofa.
I never in my life walked so far and found so few people at home.
Pauses, takes off gloves, somewhat querulously.
The fact is, the 19th of May is ridiculously late to be in town.
Thomas? Mr. Phillimore, sherry.
Thomas, indicating the particular table.
The sherry, ma'am.
Mr. Phillimore's post.
Pointing to the Evening Post on the tea-table.
The post, ma'am.
Miss Henage, indicating cup.
Miss Phillimore.
Thomas takes cup of tea to Grace. Silence. They all sip tea. Thomas goes back, fills sherry glass, remaining round and about the tea-table. They all drink tea during their entire conversation.
The Dudleys were at home. They wished to know when my brother Philip was to be married, and where and how.
If the Dudleys were persons of breeding, they'd not intrude their curiosity upon you.
I like Lena Dudley.
Mrs. Phillimore, speaking slowly and gently. Do I know Miss Dudley?
She knows Philip. She expects an announcement of the wedding.
I trust you told her that my son, my sister, and myself are all of the opinion that those who have been divorced should remarry with modesty and without parade.
I told the Dudleys Philip's wedding was here, tomorrow.
Miss Henage to Mrs. Phillimore, picking up a sheet of paper from the table.
I have spent the afternoon, Mary, in arranging and listing the wedding gifts, and in writing out the announcements of the wedding. I think I have attained a proper form.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?